Today we'll be discussing a man at the age of 25 who was captured by pirates, made the pirates double the ransom for his own release, and pretty much acted like the commander-in-chief of the ship. Once released, he pursued the pirates and murdered them all. Not only that, but this man also was loved by his people, by his military, conquered most of all Europe, and sadly but truly was assassinated by his own senators. If you guessed Julius Caesar, you guessed correctly. Julius Caesar found a way to earn the respect of his troops in a way that we don't really see it in today's society anymore. He led from the front, never from the rear. He wasn't a supervisor. He was willing to participate and get his hands a little bloody. Who cares? He was able to raise the morale of his troops and military by fighting with them, by being there. He took the time to get to know every single one of his troops by name, knowing what was going on with their lives. He took their lives and put it in a higher standard than even his own. He was very fair as well when it came to the troops. He judged the troops by their fighting record. Pretty much if you were a good fighter, if you did something bad or misbehaved, he was okay with turning the other way just to give you the little edge off. But not only that, Julius Caesar was also really famous for conquering Gaul. He was outnumbered 3-1, so pretty much they had way more men than he had. So they pretty much went all the way to Gaul, and Gaul had a fortress. They went around all of Gaul, built 2-story walls around it so no one from Gaul could escape. Not only that, but right outskirts of that wall, they built another wall, so if anybody tried to come in and fight them, they were able to defend themselves. So, even though he was outnumbered, he did not lose that motivation to keep going. He was determined to win and beat them all. He was smart enough to use his men in such a way that he outmaneuvered Gaul and was able to conquer it. They had less supplies and less men, but yet he was still able to conquer them. Yes, it took around 9 years to conquer Gaul, but still pretty impressive when you are outnumbered 3-1. Not only that, but he was just a great man. Julius Caesar was just incredible when it came to his military fighting skills and thinking skills as well. But sadly, Julius Caesar did meet his end. He was assassinated by his own senators. They thought of him more of a tyrant. He was becoming too powerful, and he literally became a dictator of Rome, and he did not care. He did not care what the senators had to say. He pretty much told them to F off. So this kind of angered all the senators, most of them, and they came together and pretty much plotted to have Julius Caesar killed. So, once Julius Caesar came back to Rome, they stabbed him 23 times, and he met his end. But this was a really bad plan, because after they stabbed him and killed him, it pretty much led to a civil war, because the people were very unhappy that their leader, the person they loved and respected the most, was murdered that way. But to conclude my presentation, we've talked about how Julius Caesar was able to earn the trust and respect from his troops, as well as how he was determined to conquer Gaul even though the odds were against him, and how he sadly met his tragic end. Julius Caesar will always be remembered in our history book as one of the greatest military minds of our times. So thank you for watching, and hope you enjoyed this video.